Alright, Cryptids, what is going on? It is me, Mississippi Gonzo Grunge, aka Rip Red Corn, and today we're going to be looking at the Yosemite collection. Now, if you are watching this, I have recorded this over the space of a few weeks, because, why not? Grinding and all that, and plus that there's certain vehicles that I wanted. So, here we have the OG one that started it all, because I figured, why not we just start with all of them? Which is this one. Now, as you can tell, this one will be a bit of a problem, and you're going to see why. This is the main reason why. Air ride. Not exactly a good thing you want for an off-roader, but it will pop wheelies once you get it nice and going. Handling-wise, it can be better, but, you can take this through Benny's and it becomes the Yosemite Rancher, which, I'm still waiting for the OG Rancher to appear. Or such as it is. Yeah, that's the other thing, too. As low as this truck sits, it will, it will drag bottom. So, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Just so you know, that will be a bit of a problem if you really want this. But, we don't really get these for off-roading. We get them more for, foolishness. But, will I? I'm trying to think if I'll buy a second one. No, I probably won't. Why? Well, that would make no sense unless I really wanted to use one for like a special purpose. But yeah, we all know these are all based off of the C10s from 62 to... not 62. They're based off the ones from 67 to 72. I don't know why I said 62. That's a totally different generation of C10s. Yeah, don't ask me what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get this thing turned around. And yeah, since this is during the Lunar Week event, your nightclubs are up. Yeah, it's dragging bottom bad. Come on, get across, get across. There it is. There she goes. There she goes. Look at her go. But yeah, this truck is, I would say this truck's more of an absolute blast just to drive on, dirt roads and such. Now then, I will say this. This truck can be a bit of a pain, as you can see. It's got quite a lot of oversteer, which is shocking for a truck this old. And it will get out from under you, so you do have to watch out for that. Do watch out for that, because that will be a problem. It's got a nice sound, too. I'll just say that. It's got one hellacious sound. But, such as it is, you do need to watch out for certain stuff, because if not, you will mess yourself up, such as that. But I'm not going to take this around the Wall of Doom, because I remember how hard it was to get around the Wall of Doom the first time. So, I'm going to show you what I mean by it handles on dirt very well. It does handle dirt, but, do watch the throttle. Because if not, you'll do stuff like that, which I needed to go up here anyway. I might have to be paying a stop to some of my businesses and pick up some money. Or do one of those nightclub sale missions, because I am going to, well, even though nightclub sale missions are not double RP this week, well, double RP, double money, I still got, it's a pretty big one. Plus that, I'm in an invite-only session. So I don't have to worry about oppressors and Raijus and Deluxos trying to blow me up. Okay, so there was a little bit of an audio malfunction in terms of going forward, but, enjoy this part of the off-road review collection with the Yosemite Rancher. So enjoy. The Yosemite Rancher, because it is one of my favorite ranchers in game. Why is this one painted up like this? Well, this one might be used in a movie with the Walton. I just haven't decided which one I want to use yet. Unless Rockstar decides they want to drop the GTA 4 Rancher, then I'll use that one. But so far I'll use this. But we all know it is based off of the K5 Blazer. You know, you can make this look like the Blazer, or, you know, you can keep it like the truck. From 1967 to 1972 of the Blazer lineup, or the custom short bed C10s that people do to these, which I don't know why you would do that, but, you know, hey, your money, your rules. No skin off my bones. So, that's what we'll look at. Now then, this was also another Rancher. This is also another truck that I want to review on my old channel, but my old channel got whacked. And I was just so sick and tired of doing YouTube at that point, I'm just like, nah, I'm good. So, why did I put the snorkel on it? Because to hell if I know. And yes, all the lights do work, as you can see. And, you know, this gives you a better idea. All the lights work. So, let's go ahead and get into it. But after this, I'm probably going to go eat lunch and do some video editing, just so that way I can have these videos up and going by then. So, what do I have to say about this particular vehicle? I absolutely do love it in terms of its customization. Because, like you can tell, it's got great customization for what it's worth. Even though this is on one of the more pricier ends of the Benny's Customs, you know, do what you want to. I'm not here to tell you what to buy. You know, do that all on your own. If you want a truck like this, then be my guest. It is one of the more faster off-roaders. I have noticed that. Well, there is that other one, the Classic. But yeah, I did make another Fall Guy type stunt truck because that's what I wanted to do with this one. Because I'm planning on using one of these for like a Fall Guy type movie, sort of say. And it is 4-wheel drive, so yeah. Even though this truck originally starts out as a muscle car, you know, funny enough, but when you take it through Benny's, it does become an off-roader. You know, I wish they would have given us a little bit more suspension lift, because it makes more sense. Just as it is. I'm probably going to go watch Fall Guy after this, because I need some ideas for stunts for a movie. And T.J. Hooker, that's another one. Yeah, some of y'all probably going, what's T.J. Hooker? An old cop show. That's what it is. It's an old cop show. I might do a Chips movie, too, while I'm at it. But I haven't decided yet. But it will take jumps very well. But yeah, and speed-wise, this one is definitely up there. But it's like many of these trucks are extremely top-heavy, so do watch it. And it will slide around corners just fine. You know, I kind of need something with power to do some of the stunt jumps I want to do in a movie I got planned out. Will I be looking for extras? Possibly. I say that. I do mean possibly. I will be looking for extras, so do be on the lookout for that. And will this climb up hills? Yes, it will. Oh yeah, like I said, there it goes. I almost rolled it. But then again, they wrecked that truck on Fall Guy lots of times. And in reality, it was, you know, it was kind of cool how they built the stunt trucks. But, you know, there's a video on how they built them. But I think a lot of the guys that worked on the Dukes of Hazzard stunt team did go work on Fall Guy and a bunch of other stuff after, you know, the show had come to an end. But they were starting to use miniatures up towards the latter parts of Season 6. You know, such as it is. But, you know, a lot of film companies, a lot of studios at that time were going through it. So they just decided, you know, oh yeah, we're just going to start using miniatures to cut cost. You know, the sacrifice of quality stunts over miniatures, you know, it was understandable. But if I can get up over this rock, it would be nice. Oh well. Such as it is. Okay then, so I might have met its match. Come on, you're making me look bad, Yosemite. But, you know, it's just like off-roading. You gotta have to find one way around or just go up another route. Probably what I'm going to have to do is just, swing it around. And it does have brakes. It has really good brakes. Very good brakes. This probably has some of the better brakes in an off-road vehicle that I've seen, so far. Because there's a lot of off-road vehicles in this game, they have terrible, terrible brakes. So there is that. But I ain't going to bore y'all any longer. Let's just go on ahead and jump into the next... Let's just go ahead and jump into the next Yosemite. So, y'all have fun with that. So here I am with the latest Yosemite 1500, which is, we all know, the old round-nosed Chevy trucks from 99 to 2002. I don't think they'll be adding a cat eye in any soon. I call them round noses because that's to me what they are. But yeah, kind of looks like one that I'm trying to build right now. Well, IRL that is. I'm putting in a 6-liter. Now the 5.3, it's great, but it just ain't for me. Everybody builds those this day and age. And by the way, Slade did make some notes of it, like what I needed to watch out for. Now, he did say that the ride height was just that. The ride height could have been better. Because everyone that has these lifts them up or they squat them out. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be in GTA 6. But yeah, I'm doing this in the rain because, why not? There's going to be a lot of different reviews that are going to be in the rain, but I'm also going to start selling off a lot of vehicles. Because I'm just not using them. This one I'm actually going to keep. Because why not? So, yeah. Now, he did say something about the handling. Like, if you went too quick, you could end up, flipping it. That's according to him. Which, I will link Slade's off-road review to that in the comments down below. Because he did do a review of this, but he did not max his out. I max everything out. But I will say this truck can absolutely take on water. I just wouldn't stay in it for long. And it does have a lot of get up to it. A whole lot of get up. Will this win you any races? That's debatable. But my only complaint is that there was not enough customization for the bed, and it was kind of and it was just lackluster. It's like, why can't I put a roll bar in the back? You think they would have allowed us to put in a roll bar by now. But I will say this, they should definitely add in more other types of trucks for the most part. So I know some people will talk about that. And I will say this, you will be seeing parts of the off-road review. Well, in the off-road collection, because that's what this is. This is a part of the collection. So do ignore what I say, because I'm kind of recording different vehicles sporadically. Just so that way I'm not busy, doing individual reviews. Some vehicles will have individual reviews, like if they released another Yosemite, then yeah, that one will probably be an individual review, or it will probably be added to the collection depending on when the collection comes out. So yeah, a lot of this stuff is pre-recorded. But yeah, this thing absolutely does have some type of suspension work to it. But, and yes, it actually is 4-wheel drive. I will say that it definitely is 4-wheel drive. But something else I will add, it can crawl over some rocks, but not really the bigger stuff. And yeah, I did put all the ranch hand stuff on it. That's the one thing. You get trucks like this, and especially those Z71s, and you want to put those big heavy bumpers on the front of it, just so that when you hit a deer, the deer explodes. Kind of gory, kind of graphic, but still. But this one I'm keeping. Some of the other vehicles, not so much. But yeah, I also gotta start grinding again, because I'm almost broke again, which means I'm probably gonna go sell some vehicles and also do a few heists. Okay, Parinko, here I come yet again. But how quick will this get uphill? According to Slade, this thing can really get uphill. He just said the only downside to it was its ride height. It's it could have stood to have about a couple of more inches of lift. I mean, we already got Sand Kings, and we'll probably never get another lifted truck again. But there's the summer. They might release another one during the summer. But I will say this, something else they should definitely add. They should definitely add in the original Yosemite dually from San Andreas. But like I said, those will probably be in its own thing. So, yeah. But anyway, how quick is it around dirt roads? Funny you should ask. And it's raining too, so let that sink in. That's the funny thing about it. Let it sink in. I mean, this thing's absolutely booking it. That's not booking it. That's Roscoeing it. But then again, people that tend to drive these trucks do tend to Roscoe themselves. I'm just building one for fun. Possibly might be getting into a little mischief with it. But still. But other than that, we will now be jumping into the next Yosemite. So, jump. Alright, so here is the Drift Yosemite, which is by far a classic within game. As we all know, it is based off the Huna truck by Ken Block, rest his soul. But yeah, here we are. Now, the Huna truck was actually a twin-turboed EcoBoost, which, say what you will about EcoBoost. They're great motors, but I just wouldn't recommend using them for daily applications. But I will say this thing does not like water. It absolutely cannot stand it. But in terms of how this one handles, it handles slightly better than the actual Yosemite itself. But it's not going to compete with the actual, the actual Yosemite Rancher, which is still kind of an S-tier move by Rockstar, because I still want the Rancher from GTA 4, also known as the square body K5 variants. I'm gonna floor it. Floor it! That's one thing about it. When you come to water in this game, floor it. Just don't ask questions. Floor it. Did I get this stuck? Yeah, the torque on this thing, it has very little get up because it is a drift truck. But in terms of how it handles when drifting, it can be quite a handful. And it will do that because it is also considered muscle. So it ain't gonna climb that. So back across we go. But you get out of here, park rangers. But yeah, it can slide around if you just, play with the brakes a little bit. But I actually did use one of these as a race truck. And let me tell you, it's not the fastest. But, it can hold its own. Just watch. Just watch it in the corners. Because it can and will spin out. Which I have done many of times. Funny, because this was actually one truck. I remember me and Slade used to complain about the pricing of everything. But now we're just like, yeah, we can get everything now. Why? Because it's easy to make money in this game. But if I had to rank all the Yosemites in the collection, this one would come in at number 2. Just because it's not as crappy handling as the Yosemite itself. But off-roading wise, it's still better than the Yosemite. But the Yosemite Rancher just takes it all. Which I am experimenting with, I'm still experimenting with movie vehicles. Because, why not? Okay, that's that old Smuggler's Cash thing. I should really get Smuggler's Run and play with that again. Because it was available, well, it's still available on the PS2 because, it is old, but, it's a classic Rockstar game. It's a piece of Rockstar history. But, I know some people are going to be complaining about, GTA 6, which is understandable. But I have my doubts about it. You're probably wondering why I had to cut back to here. There was a bit of a lag glitch. A little bit of lagging going on, so I, decided to park it right here until that happens. But I'm not really sure how this is going to handle around the Wall of Doom. Well, I remember how it handled around it the last time, because this was like one of the final few vehicles I actually reviewed. Come on, put it. Woo! Okay, that's how I remember how I got it around. I had to do the old burnout swing routine. That will get you out of a lot of trouble in this game. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That torque's going to be a nightmare for you. And if that doesn't work, well, we can always pop wheelies out of it. And some of y'all are like, don't do that. And it's like, well, it is Grand Theft Auto. I don't expect it, to be Mud Runner or Snow Runner. I gotta get Snow Runner for the PC again. Now that I have the wheel fully set up, I should get that. Yeah, I finally got a wheel. But that's beside the point. Punch it. Hold it straight and let her rip. And that's not how you let her rip. But yeah, in terms wise, why would I get this vehicle again? You get it more for novelty. But it can be, it can compete as a good drift racer. As you can see, I am throwing this around. But also, you bet your sweet ass I put that Dixie horn on it. I actually have one. I just gotta, stick it on the car that I got. I don't know what the hell that was. I'm not even gonna question it, but I hope I'm not having any computer problems. Yeah, that's the other thing too. It will spin out, so you do have to watch that. And if you're wondering why the times are always jumping, well, that's because I tend to film these in a different order. Just so that way, I'm not constantly sitting down reviewing vehicles all the time. But I do have around 7 million. I have just over 7 million. Because I bought another big boy purchase. I'm doing a lot of vehicles at the moment where it's just, let me do the review and call it even. Now I know you can climb up that hill. Stop poontanging around and get up there. Crazy thing. There she goes. There she goes. That's the one thing about it. Do watch it, because, as torquey as this thing is, it can be quite the handful. But I'm going to stop it right here. And as always, when I'll just say this. Now that all the reviews are done and part of the collection, which one do I like the most? Well, obviously, it's going to be the Yosemite Rancher, because it's by far the best one. Number 2 is going to be the Yosemite 1500. This one comes in at number 3, and then the final one is the original Yosemite that came out way back before we have what we have now. I forget what year it came out in, but I did review it. I did make it look like the farm truck, which, it's a classic racing truck. Classic racing truck. I wonder what farm truck and Asian are doing now, but that's beside the point. So as always, I'll be seeing y'all around for the next off-road review collection. So then, be sure to shoot the like button with a grip skiddly if you enjoyed it. Please do comment down below your favorite Yosemite. And as always, smash the subscribe button today, and be sure to click the notification bell icon when I stay up to date. And, please do be sure to, check out all the other stuff that I'm doing. I got links in the description to everything, which should be updated by this point. And as always, have a great day and a ballin' weekend, and remember, don't do anything stupid. And that includes driving like Roscoe. So other than that, y'all take care.